Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Her Wellness Business Empire, the first episode of 2024. I think this is going to be a magical year. I'm very excited about what's to come. Before we think about any of that, I want to talk to you about, just in case you don't know me, my name is Dianne DelReyes. I am the founder of Her Wellness Business Empire, this podcast, my business, that's the name of my business. And what you may or may not know about me is by trade, I'm an acupuncturist. So I've been in the health and wellness industry for well over 20 years. And the way my brain works for almost everything is in the realm of Chinese medicine. So what does that even mean? And what does that have to do with your business? Well, some of my favorite marketing coaches and business owners really emphasize your unique place in the marketplace, your unique values, your unique offerings, your unique ways, your style, everything about you is unique. And that is the same with Chinese medicine. So if 20 patients come in with a headache, they're not going to be treated cookie cutter. This is not a cookie cutter medicine, and your business should not be either. And so when I think about business, I think about how to help practitioners individualize their greatest outcomes that are unique to them. Even their goals are unique. So even if 20 practitioners say, Dianne, I want to create an online course, great. They are not the same. Even if the course is the same on menopause, let's just say, they're going to have different points of view. They're going to have different personalities. They're going to have different systems. They're going to have all different ways that they bring their solution to the marketplace. And so whenever somebody tries to say, fit into this particular cookie cutter model, this template, I say, be wary. I'm not saying that it's not a good guide, but I feel like that really restricts you from showing up fully. Trust me, I've been there. I get it. So I want to start exploring kind of the parallels between Chinese medicine and your business. So the first thing I love to start with, because I use this as a guide or a template or a framework for so many of my offerings, like Leverage Your Holistic Business Academy. And that's the 5 elements. So the 5 elements are a holistic system that each element generates the next. And if one of the elements, which is wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, if any of those fall out of balance or are not functioning optimally, guess what? They're going to affect the whole. Just like our body, if you have digestive issues, if you have a stomach ache, or if you have a headache, or if you have pain, it's not isolated. Our bodies are not different compartments. And just like our business. So if you're missing any of those elements in your business, or if one of them are not optimally functioning, then the rest is going to fall out of balance. So let me give you a quick example. So wood element is really about, it's springtime, right? So as above, so below. These elements work in nature just like they work in our bodies and our health. And think of them as different phases in your business. So the wood element is really about creating the vision and creating planning. Wood elements love, by the way, personality types are different elements. Wood elements love to have a plan and create the vision, because in Chinese medicine, the wood element relates to the spring, which relates to liver, which relates to our eyes. So our vision, but not only our physical vision, but our vision for our future. So that's the real planning phase of your business. And then it's about taking action, the fire element, taking action on everything that you created in that first phase. So as an example, in the first phase, when I'm working with clients or students in the wood element phase, we're getting really clear about our niche, right? I have an entire training. It's called Her Wellness Business Niche Mastery. And really, it's about understanding, uncovering what it is that makes you unique and your offerings unique and your ideal audience unique. So you have to really dissect each one of those areas. So that's a big part of the wood element phase, because the wood element, again, is the foundation, right? Think of that as the foundation from which everything else to grow from. And then the fire element is really, it relates to the heart and it loves connection. So once you understand what your goals are, who your audience is, then it's time to connect with them. It's time to put what you learned in the foundation into action and start connecting with your audience. Earth element is all about, think Earth Mama. Mother Teresa is like the ultimate archetype for the earth element. So it's really about creating empathy for your ideal clients and nurturing those relationships that you created in the first phase. And then the metal element is about, it's really about unearthing, right? Once the pieces that are no longer necessary drop away, you find the gem, you find the value. So it's the value that you're giving and receiving from your audience, right? I hope this makes sense. Michelangelo talks about the statue of David and how the David was already in there. And all he had to do was remove that which was not necessary to see. So the metal elements also about our worthiness. And it's again about value. So our self-worth as much as the worth of our work. And so much of that covers our unique offering, the unique value that we bring, the confidence. So this is really about, this phase is taking what you have to offer and receiving value from it, because you're giving so much value and you're shining a light on what it is that you want to bring to the world. And the world, who is your audience, is really finding the attraction to that and ready to pay you, again, value, to get that solution that you're providing for them. And, coincidentally, the metal element is the fall time, right? So it's that, think about what you're letting go in nature. The leaves are falling, but it's also reaping the harvest. That's the time where you're reaping the benefits of everything that you offered. Okay, so that's the metal element. Now the water element, the final element, which the water feeds the wood. So as you can tell, it keeps going. So it's always shown in a circle. And you think about these little arrows that generate the next. Each one feeds the next. So the water feeds the wood. So water element is really about curiosity. It's about being in flow. It's about continuing the process. It's about being curious about what it is that you just created and making it better. So the flow is always happening. There's when you're creating businesses, whether it's one-to-one or one-to-many, which of course I'm a big fan of one-to-many, whether it's online courses or memberships or our coaching programs that you offer. Again, you get to decide what you want to bring, but I really recommend that you do bring some type of offering that allows you to reach the masses globally. And because there are so many people who need what you want and who are your ideal client that are not in your exact location. So the water element really feeds the next generation, the next cycle of what you're creating. So these are very simple, basic topics. And in another episode, I want to talk about, Trust me, I could keep going on and on about this because I want to talk about chi flow. I want to talk about the yin and yang of your business and all these concepts in Chinese medicine that actually relate to your business. But I want you to take in the first of the 5 elements and see how you can create the system of your business. So if you have any questions, I want to say, like, what do you think in the 5 elements, what area do you feel like your breakdown might be happening? Where is it creating that solid foundation? And so many people skip over this, that wood element. That wood element is the stabilizer, right? It's the stabilizer that everything else keeps growing from. But it's also about, so when you're out of balance in this wood element, you're very controlling. And so it's really about also being flexible. I'm spending a lot of time on the wood element because I think it's such a crucial part that so many people do skip over. So I want to hear, like, where do you think you might be out of balance? Which element in your business might be out of balance? Is it that wood element, that foundation, that understanding your incredible niche, the incredible offerings that you bring to the table, how specific you are about your unique value that you bring? Because it's not just your modality. It's so much more than that, because there's a million people doing your modality. So what about you? What about, how is it that you show up? Is it more about the audience that you serve or the solution that you provide for them? Because that's how you stand out in the marketplace, is that you are specializing. You are very specific about what it is that you offer and who you offer it to. And then, or is it about how to connect with that audience in that heart element phase? How do you connect it? Do you have a lead magnet? Do you have a way of collecting your ideal audience? Or are you nurturing them in an email sequence in that earth element phase? How are you doing that? How are you staying connected? How are you nurturing that relationship? And then what value are you bringing? Are you putting your offers out there? Are you pricing yourself well? Are you looking at your business from this holistic perspective and seeing where you can improve and then keep going again and again? I hope this is helpful. I want to hear from you. What area do you feel like you could use the most work on right now in your business? I look forward to hearing from you and supporting you on this journey. For now, have a great day, and I look forward to hearing from you.